Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing okay, having a marvelous day. It's nice weather today here in Atlanta. I hope it's nice weather where you are. It is very nice and warm here. I went walking today, so I got my hair up with my ball cap on. Didn't really put on much makeup. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all get to see me with my lipstick and just my eyebrows done. It is what it is. Hey, I am Queen Lillie, and thank you for coming to my live. Also, if you would like for me to read your comments, send me a super chat and I will gladly read it. I would love to read it for you, okay? Also, if you want to send me a tip or donation, in my description, I have a PayPal link and you can send me something through that PayPal link as well as a super chat, a super sticker, a gift, or a gem, whatever you like. The discussion today is no other than Donald J. Trump. In a terrible Elon Musk because Elon Musk feel like he is the president. Hey, Queen Vera, how you doing, Queen? Poor JD Vance, he just been pushed to the wind. He's trying to find his way back in there with Donald Trump. But Elon Musk is like, no, 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 no. Donald Trump is the vice president. I'm the president. Y'all, what's going on? MAGA Mike is being pushed out. And Elon Musk is going to be your president. Yes, that's who's calling the shots right now. Elon Musk is calling the shots right now. So when Trump is inaugurated, honey, I'm really thinking they're going to inaugurate Elon Musk because that's who's calling the shots. And it's sad. Trump, you supposed to have won, but Elon Musk is calling the shots. And the biggest dog out of all of them is Putin because Putin is telling Elon what to do. He tells Donnie Boy what to do. We in trouble. That's all I got to say, America. We are in big trouble. Let's go ahead and get this party started. We have a lot to talk about. So the first video we're going to watch, it is about Trump's attorneys and what do they have to say. Because it's a lot going on with Donald Trump with New York and Georgia, and he's pissed. It's a lot. It's fishy. It's weird how Elon Musk is taking over and Donald Trump is letting him do it. He shut down where the government going to be closed. They had made a deal. Mega Mike was over it. And Elon Musk said no. He was even on X talking about shut it down, kill the bill with a samurai sword. Samurai sword or whatever you call it. Y'all, we in trouble. We in trouble, America. But that's what you wanted.
Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyers don't believe that immunity provides Donald Trump with a way to get out of his 34 felony count conviction in New York. And the judge in his order reminded Donald Trump that his lawyers don't believe that immunity applies. And that is driving Donald Trump mad. I think I figured it out. And I'm going to go over it right here on the Midas Touch Network and on Legal AF. What am I talking about? Popak, get to it. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it, Popak.
Decision by Judge Merchan. You've heard all about that probably already. The judge analyzed the immunity decision by the United States Supreme Court issued last July, mapped it onto the 34 felony count conviction for conduct before Donald Trump was president.
Subscribe to Midas Touch Network. Subscribe to Midas Touch Network.
The judge reminded the world and Donald Trump that the lawyers for Donald Trump don't even think the immunity decision applies. Because the judge said in his ruling that the defense is conceding that none of the acts that form the heart of the indictment. This is the Stormy Daniels hush money payoff conspiracy election interference case. That's a mouthful. None of those actions are covered by immunity. None of them are official conduct. None of them are core constitutional conduct. I mean, having a private sex act with an adult entertainer and then trying to pay it back after you're president really doesn't, that's not what the framers of the Constitution had in mind, if you know what I mean. And the judge reminds the world that even Donald Trump's lawyers don't think.
Hello, Ms. Bug.
Never argued that the core
Hello, beautiful people.
That is at the heart of the indictment is covered by immunity.
What's up?
The only
Bless
thing
up,
that they
Kev.
argued is
King,
a more
what's
nuanced,
good?
esoteric argument about evidence that some, not all, that some of the evidence, basically needles in haystacks of evidence that were given to the jury, may have touched on some presidential function because it took place at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Because some of what Donald Trump did after to cover up or to pay back the hush money happened while he was president. It's those very discrete strands of evidence, small snippets, very, very discrete testimonials by his executive assistant, Madeleine Westerhout, by his press secretary, Hope Hicks, even aspects of Michael Cohen's testimony about his interaction with Donald Trump after he was president. Because remember, election interference was the goal here. Beating Hillary Clinton was the goal here, and it worked. He got in. So, of course, some things happened. They didn't wrap up the whole conspiracy in time. The whole payback to Michael Cohen hadn't happened in time. And
I'm losing Hold on, commercial, y'all. To hers. I got prescribed that judge said no, Donnie. It does not fall under immunity. You get no immunity. The 34 felonies will stick. Controlled delivery.
And the judge said, that's all we're talking about. We're just talking about evidence, which means I go to that section in the Supreme Court ruling that talks about evidence. And in evidence, the only thing the Supreme Court is concerned about is that you don't use, a prosecutor doesn't use official conduct, core presidential conduct, to try to prove unofficial or private conduct. Got it? You could only, under the immunity decision, you can only prosecute a person who happened to have been president at the time of some of his actions for conduct that doesn't fall into the official conduct, you know, like the job description for the president, stretched to its outer boundaries, because that's what we do in our law, or what we call core constitutional function, core constitutional powers of the president, which are things like listed in the Constitution, like the right to make treaties, commander-in-chief, the right to pardon, things like that. And and all it says is, if you're going to try to prove that there was some private conduct, because of course, you know, the president's a person, he can certainly do things outside of official and constitutional powers and conduct for his own personal affairs, no pun intended. And if he does that, the only thing about evidence is you can't use official conduct evidence to prove private conduct, prosecutable behavior. That's it. And the judge says that didn't happen in our case, in the Stormy Daniels matter. He said, first of all of it happened, the majority, the gravamen of the conspiracy happened before he was president. That was the point, to pay off Stormy Daniels. So there wasn't an October surprise. All that happened in October. Some of the money went back to Donald Trump, to Michael Cohen after the presidency, but that doesn't matter. And the judge says, so what? So Madeleine Westerhout testified about scheduling a meeting with Michael Cohen, or writing a check and having it on his personal checkbook and sending it back to Michael Cohen. Who cares? Hope Hicks, same thing.
My opinion in all of this, y'all, Donald Trump wants to rewrite history, even with Black history. Get rid of the books in the schools. Don't teach the kids anything about Black history. Let their people grow up dumb. Now he want to rewrite history with his own life. He want to rewrite the things that he has done. He want to take away his sins that he has committed before Christ. Those 34 felonies fall along sin. But I forgot that's MAGA's Lord and Savior. But he is not bigger than Jesus Christ. Donald Trump, those 34 felonies will go with you to your deathbed. And Elon is hoping it happen real soon, because he's going to just mush J.D. Vance out the way, and he's going to sit on the throne. Now we're going to watch a video about, is Trump ill or is he hiding something? There's some illness that's starting to really show through on Donald Trump. He has been hiding, which people noticed it before. Not just dementia may be taking over his mind, and that's dangerous, because what they said, when a person gets old, they revert to who they originally are and who their ancestors are. And that's dangerous for Black and brown people. Oh, for the poor white people too. They just don't realize it yet. MAGA don't realize it yet. He don't give a damn about you. No. One moment, please. He got some stuff going on, and I've seen this, but didn't pay no mind.
Photo that is frankly shocking, and it might be one of the reasons why during the presidential campaign, I know we've all forgotten. Well, we haven't forgotten this, but the mainstream media didn't seem to think it was a big deal. But Donald Trump would not release his medical records, and it actually 230 doctors and healthcare providers called on Trump to release his medical records, saying Trump is falling concerningly short of any standard of fitness for office and displaying alarming characteristics and declining acuity. And this picture really does, to me, say a lot. In the limited opportunities we can examine his behavior, he's providing a deeply concerning snapshot. As we all age, we lose sharpness and reverse to base instincts. We are seeing that from Trump as he uses his rallies and appearances to ramble, meander, and crudely lash out at his many perceived grievances. And so those are medical doctors talking about Donald Trump's psychological profile and how he might be on the verge of dementia, allegedly. But this photo here, that has not gotten any
Look at Trump's hand.
To me, is deeply concerning when we have a president who's going to be the oldest ever when he gets out of office and has shown signs of his mental acuity dropping and now has physical signs of something going on. And so this is not the first time either that we have seen this. I mean, look at this Trump's mystery. Trump prepares for a bruising campaign, and he literally is bruising while showing off a mystery injury on his hand. This is about a year ago, and here is this right here. There is the former president, 76 at the time, appeared to have bruising on his hand, and I have some information about what this might be. I talked to someone.
Look at that stomach, y'all. Look at Trump's
didn't want
stomach.
to release their name because they wanted to speak freely, but he also has had. Remember this? What the hell was this?
Is that
There's
shingles?
something going on with Donald Trump.
Is that shingles, y'all? Because you know a lot of old people get shingles.
Going to be running the country, supposedly. And one person on X said this: Trump's bruised hands resembles when a patient is on a Coumadin or another blood thinner, sorry for messing that up, and gets a blood draw or IV. If so, it's more medical malpractice because he has frontotemporal dementia and is surely falling. Blood thinners and falls are a bad combo as a cerebral hemorrhage could result. And so here is this photo. And so just so you know, this is not fake. I went and I did the work, and I said to myself, all right, I thought maybe this could be potentially like photoshopped, and someone it's very easy to do something like this to just kind of darken the area. Yeah. So what I did a reverse image search. Real quick, if you're liking this video, please hit like on the video. It is one of the easiest ways you can help get this into the algorithm, and we can grow this community and get more pro-democracy Americans on board. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because Donald Trump is going after folks like me who are telling the truth online, and we need to show him that we are not afraid. Thank you so much. And it turns out this photo is extremely real. It's about 2 weeks old, and here it is in Reuters, where it's the exact same photo, where we could even see a clear image of this bruise on Donald Trump's hand, and what appears to be a completely different skin color versus the insane makeup he puts on his face. And here's another angle. Donald Trump with who might be the real president, Elon Musk. And here is that bruising again. So the question is, what is going on here that this startling of bruising could be happening on the person who is going to be leading the most powerful country in the world? And I think personally, it would be really nice if Donald Trump were to just release his medical records, as every former president has done before they got into office. Would be nice. Kamala Harris did it. Joe Biden did it. Hillary Clinton did it. And on and on and on. Donald Trump hasn't done it, and we all know that when Donald Trump doesn't do something, it's because he has something to hide. If Donald Trump had a clean bill of health, you would be the first people to hear about it, because Donald Trump wouldn't shut up about it. But so because Donald Trump refuses to tell us what is going on with his health, as he should, when he's going to be the oldest president to ever sit in the Oval Office, then we should at least rely on people who might know what is going on. And as I said, I did talk to someone who has a sense of what this could be, and they wanted to talk on background.
He may be a diabetic.
They didn't want to be, have their name out there. And
he overweight.
Is nuts and is going after perceived enemies, and so we are just protecting this person's identity. But he said his forearm skin is super sun damaged and it bruises with any minor bump. My dad is the same way. But on the hand, I bet it's not from bumping it but from an IV placement on the hand. And so Patriot Takes actually
look at him without his makeup, y'all. Trump is horrible looking without makeup.
Posted this video.
He horrible looking with it, but God without it. He look like a raw chicken, a hen.
Ignore Trump walking by.
As soon as you pull the hen out the pack, that's what Donald Trump looks like.
But that's not why I want to show you this. It's because you can see even in this video,
wet
which is 2 weeks
hen
after
that's
those
been
photos
plucked
were
to
taken,
death.
this was just released today.
Oh, that's an awful
Here,
looking
there
man.
is still that bruising. Let's watch that.
Look at him, y'all. Just look like a raw hen when you take it out the pack. Gross. He should never come out the house like that.
Also,
where's his girdle?
Donald Trump posted this picture of Chris Christie and making fun of Chris Christie's weight. And my God, Trump is
gross.
I mean, listen, if weight is a serious issue for all people, and I don't want to make light of it, but we have to know what is going on with this man's health, because I am extremely afraid.
A fat stomach, sometimes it represents illness.
Incapacitated president. And then it's like, who
it's a sign of illness
is running the country? Is it going to be J.D. Vance? Is it going to be Elon Musk? Vivek Ramaswamy? Tulsi Gabbard? So we have to know what is going on. And I don't understand why the media, when this is out there, why the media is not talking about it. This is a very big deal. It might not seem like a big deal because the media is focused on the things that Donald Trump wants to talk about, like his insane cabinet picks. But this is the thing that should worry all Americans, whether you voted for the president, the incoming president, the president-elect, or not. Because what is this? What is this? We have a right to know. He's working for us. We're not working for him. And I want to know what the person doing the job, what their health situation is.
He's ill in so many ways. I'm sorry I don't have makeup on for y'all today. I put on my lipstick and just did my eyebrows in. I went walking today. I'm a sweaty mess. My hair's a sweaty mess. So that's why y'all see me looking almost like Donald Trump, a hot mess. But anyway, it is not good that's going on with Donald Trump. MAGA can be in my chat, pretend and say he's beautiful. You know, DAMN, that Donald Trump is not attractive. If he was attractive, Melania will let him touch her hand. She will at least let him touch her finger. Damn, she won't even let him touch her finger, y'all. She don't want that man. There's nothing he could give me to make me want to get with him. Not a thing. Melania, when she got with him, he was old and crusted in and not attractive. But now he just look a hot, stanky mess. And he pees and poops on himself in his depends. And that's who you love. Why am I surprised? Y'all don't even bathe every day. Damn. We're going to get to the good foot right now. Foot loose. I'm talking about they savior, so I can imagine what they saying in that chat, honey. I could imagine, at least when I get this age, I won't have all them wrinkles, and I guarantee you I won't have no stomach, because I don't have a stomach at 51. My stomach flat, 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 flat. Donald Trump like he about to have 2 babies. He's having twins. Elon and J.D. Vance, that's going to be their names. That's Donald Trump twins' names.
Let me get this right. You forgive him. You forgive Donald Trump. You hold space and grace in your heart for the things he says,
hit that like button.
he does, and the person he is. You forgive him. There isn't a soundbite or a testimony that can come out that would make you change the permission you've already given this man to be himself. You forgive him. It could be rape. It has been rape, and you forgive him. It could be racist. It has been racist, and you forgive him. It could be some of the most negative and unnecessarily insulting and vile and irresponsible and irrational and unlawful behavior, and you forgive it because you forgive him. And I think
that's who they are.
You forgive him because I think he excuses you. I think he gives you permission to love the parts of yourself that should and need to change. I think he gives you permission to love the parts of yourself that are hateful and bigoted and oppressive and close-minded. I think he gives you permission to love these things because he is these things. And he is these things loudly and proudly in front of everyone. And if he can do that there, you can do that at your table or in your community, at your kids' soccer games or in your Walmarts or in your churches. You can too be hateful and bigoted and oppressive and small-minded. He represents you. He represents those things within you, so you forgive him. He hates the same people you hate, not because they're dangerous or bad, but because they look, love, and live different than you. And the fact that he gets to hate them out loud makes you feel so comfortable hating them inside, so you forgive him. And that makes it really hard to forgive you. Hold up, let me get this right. You forgive him. You forgive him.
MAGA has no integrity or loyalty. They do to Trump, loyalty, so I gotta take that back. They have no love in their heart, only for one race, the white race. So why do we expect them to be better than their ancestors that enslaved my people? I don't expect them to be any better. They wasn't raised and taught better. So I don't expect anything from MAGA but to be lost souls and losers that think Donald Trump is their Lord and Savior. You're sick to even put that in your mind, that Donald Trump is your Lord and Savior. No, Jesus Christ lives. Okay? Look at the monster, Donald Trump.
President-elect Trump, the judge in his so-called hush money trial has ruled his conviction will stand. Trump's lawyers wanted it thrown out on the grounds of presidential immunity, but the judge said no, because these crimes took place before he took office. You may recall that Trump was convicted on 34 felony counts linked to hush money payments to cover up an alleged affair with adult film star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election.
He like a squirrel. Look at him. Just look at him.
Sentenced. Donald Trump can appeal the judge's
Look
decision.
at Trump looking like a squirrel.
Setback for President-elect Trump. The judge in his so-called hush money trial has ruled his conviction.
And somebody in my chat, I read, you say he beautiful. Honey, you need bifocals, the thickest ones that has the highest prescription, to ever fix your raggedy teeth to say Donald Trump is beautiful. He look a hot, stinky mess, and that's what he is. He's such an embarrassment that he went to France, and no one wanted to sit beside him because he stinks. And they was making fun of him in his face and snurring their nose up at him. His own European white people was making fun of him. He's an embarrassment to the United States of America. MAGA, what do I expect? You hillbillies and you pissy. So what do I expect?
You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're grade A, number one. Don't stop. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're grade A, number one. Don't stop. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're grade A, number one. Don't stop.
MAGA, you want to hear what you are again?
Trump and his administration have no no intentions of making America healthy again. That is another scam used to get elected. And all you have to do is look at his last administration to see what they really intend to do. And that is to increase corporate profits. He rolled back the Obama regulations that required that we had lower sodium and more healthy grains in school lunches. He reduced food safety and regulations so that corporations could produce food faster, which resulted in more recalls and more safety issues with our food while he was in office. They don't care about our nutrition. They don't care about our health. If they cared, they wouldn't have done what they did last time. And their intentions now are to increase corporate profits. Anybody who thinks they have any other intentions are out of their mind. It's another scam by the Trump administration. And people will say, because there'll be more recalls and there'll be more food safety issues, just like there were last time. I mean, have you seen what the man eats? It's quite obvious he has no idea what healthy eating is, and he has no idea what this country really needs. So good luck with that. Trump and his
She
administration-
said what she said. Have you seen what he looked like? So why would Donald Trump care about what our school children eat? He wouldn't care about what our school children eat because he eats Burger King and McDonald's. I haven't eaten that in years, and I refuse to. I would eat grass because it is green from the earth before I eat that. I want to live a long time because God wants his children to be healthy. Okay? Hey, AC, how you doing? AC said, Queen, I'm happy to see you. Have many viewers, even if they're trolls. Haha, they're helping your algorithm, and they have. And I'm getting paid on the 21st. So come on in here. You can talk your SHIT to me. I don't care. You can talk about I ain't got on no makeup today and my eyebrows look a mess. I don't care. I'm going to tell you what I did today. I went walking, and I'm healthy because I go walking. I sweat my hair out and all. But I gets my butt up and walk because I want to be healthy. And I've been trying to tell you to be healthy. MAGA, 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 MAGA. Your health is your wealth. It's not about that paper. Look at Donald Trump. Has all that money, and look at him, unhealthy. It won't be me. It won't be me.
You hold a gun, and I hold a gun. We can talk.
Hold on. This
Joe
touched
and
me.
I are also preparing
This
for
is
what's
beautiful.
coming next.
This is beautiful.
Joe and I are also preparing for what's coming next.
They referring to Trump. What's coming next? Donald Trump. Help us, Lord. Please help us, Lord Jesus. Help us. This is another beautiful moment.
The last 4 years is breathtaking.
We love you, Joe. President Joe Biden. We love you. This touched me, y'all. Beautiful. We have never seen Trump and Melania ever do this. She won't even let him kiss her on her lips. But look at them. Love. This is love, MAGA. Look at it. Love. MAGA, when Donald Trump and Melania kiss on the lips and toast, let me know. You won't see it because she ain't letting him that close to her. And when she go up on stage to see her husband, anywhere around her husband, she'll give him a hug and her face barely touch his. She won't let him touch those lips. She won't let him. Her lips is too precious for the slime monster to kiss her.
So the GOP Republican House members have just delivered their first butt kissing to Donald Trump by recommending that the FBI investigate Liz Cheney for investigating January 6th. Now, this is kind of ridiculous because it's her job.
Hit that
to
like button.
investigate an insurrection of the Capitol. Trump is just upset because it turns out, he was part of it and he was responsible for it. So it's not that he thinks she should be investigated because she did something wrong. He's just upset about the results. Now, Liz Cheney issued a statement, and I have no doubt she can take care of herself, and she will have excellent representation if this actually goes forward. But she is.
Thank you for
Cheney's
the
daughter, and,
super chat. Hold on, I gotta read it, y'all.
he's been able to survive.
You're fighting a good fight, Queen. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. I keep trying to tell them it is not for us. Trump is going to be against us, and we got to mend together because I'm going to keep beating down on him about Donald Trump till they get it in their head, because next year is speeding up. And we're going to have to do like those other countries are doing. Banding together, don't let the government take us down. So we won't be left without food and nothing. But they don't get it yet. MAGA doesn't get it yet. So I got to stay on them every day, AC, every day. Hit that like button for me.
And he was responsible for it. So it's not that he thinks she should be investigated because she did something wrong. He's just upset about the results. Now, Liz Cheney issued a statement, and I have no doubt she can take care of herself.
Liz Cheney ain't scared of Trump. No, she's not. She actually stronger than her father. But her father is smooth with his stuff because, you know, he was doing really running the White House. When Bush Jr. was in there, Cheney was running it. He's the smart one. W, not very bright. He's not at all. I watched the movie and I loved it because you can learn a lot from a dummy. If you'd like for me to read your comments, send me a super chat. Here comes Canada.
One of Trump's insomnia rants. He went off again last night saying he wants to, make Canada the 51st state again. He's insane. This is crazy talk. We can all just, chalk it up to him, wanting
Thank
to
you for the blue hearts, AC.
But the
Thank you so much.
That's fascist talk. That's the talk of somebody who wants to invade neighboring countries for no reason but to take them over. And I'll remind you that that happened in Germany. Germany spent a few days and waltzed right into Austria, and Austria let them do it. I have a feeling Canada is not going to let the U.S. just come in and take them over. But regardless, I'm not sure that that will actually come to fruition. But it's just another example of how insane Trump is, and that he has fascist thoughts in his mind. And that's what he is planning on doing. So we'll see what happens in January. But he's a nut. So
she has never lied. Donald Trump is a nut. Let me tell you something. He's a fascist, like this lady said. It's true. She's not lying. Canada has already made a threat. When Donald Trump gets in there, he starts with his tariffs mess. They're going to turn the power off to New York, and it's cold right there. Detroit, and who else? Boston, whoever else. They're going to turn their power off. So Trump better get it together because Canada is not playing. And I didn't know that they supplied power, gas to our country. That is scary that another country has power over America like that. Not only does Putin has power, but Canada does too. So how in the world Donald Trump going to make them the 51st state? It would never be. No. They hold power over us because we need power from them. Heat. It is cold. Well, not in Atlanta. It was 70-something again today. Nice and beautiful here. It was, oh, God, beautiful yesterday. But in New York and the cold places like Detroit and places like that, no, they cannot handle that. Humble yourself, Donald Trump. Come off that high horse and change that depends. Humble yourself before you destroy the United States of America. But I know you're doing the duties of Putin. And Elon is telling you what to do. Let's send Elon back to South Africa where he belongs. He's going to destroy this country. MAGA, do your research. Start using your brain so you can have a country that you claim is yours and your ancestors stole from the natives and Mexicans. And some blacks was already here as well. If this is your country and you love this country, protesters send Elon back to South Africa where he belonged. Because Putin is his puppet master too. Then you vote Trump in? Well, act like it.
Christmas came early for Democrats this year when the House Ethics Committee today voted to release the report on Matt Gaetz. And here I thought Republicans weren't going to get me anything. We're going to want to pump our brakes on this just a little bit, though, because remember, they didn't
Christmas
actually decide
came
to charge him
early.
with anything. So even though there's going to be a ton of insane evidence released, it's probably not proof. But as a reminder, the kinds of things that they believe he did include paying to have someone traffic minors across state lines so that he could have intercourse with them, along with showing illicit pictures on his phone to members of Congress on the House floor during session, and potentially extensive drug use. But remember, Matt Gaetz doesn't matter anymore. What I want us to focus on over the next couple of weeks as this comes to light is the fact that Donald Trump either knew about this and didn't care, or didn't know about it and nominated him anyway. One of those classic Republican situations where we have to decide, are they a monster or an idiot? Either way, it doesn't really make a difference. The next takeaway is to assume that everything that he either ignored or was okay with about Matt Gaetz is probably true about his other nominations as well. Lastly, the House Ethics Committee is split 50-50 Republicans and Democrats. That means at least one Republican crossed the line secretly to vote against Trump, which is just further proof that even the Republican Party is being held hostage by Donald Trump. Even though it's never enough, these little glimmers give me hope. Christmas came early for Democrats this year when the House Ethics Committee today voted to release the report on Matt Gaetz. And here I thought Republicans weren't going to get me anything. We're going to want to pump our brakes on this just a little bit, though, because remember, they didn't actually decide to charge him with anything. So even though there's going to be a ton of insane evidence released, it's probably not proof. But as a reminder, the kinds of things that they believe he did include paying to have someone traffic minors across state lines so that he could have intercourse with them, along with showing illicit pictures on his phone to members of Congress.
Must I say, it's the Republican Party. We are not surprised what kind of men Donald Trump is allowing in his cabinet. What do we expect? Donald Trump is the same way. What do we expect? He'll allow pedos to be in his cabinet. So Matt, he's just following along. He's following the leader. He's a horrible man. Trump's a horrible man. The SA people, what do we expect? The ancestors, SA, my ancestors, what do we expect? Apple don't fall far from the tree.
Oh no! Oh no! They're already walking it back. They're already realizing they can't afford the economic plan, you mean pile of bullshit, that this guy has been running on.
The orange man.
They're already making changes. They're like, well, shit. They're already cutting things that you lot are gonna really miss. Quote, the slew of tax cuts he proposed in loosely defined slogans are now going to face a fiscal reckoning. The party is now grappling with how far they can take another round of tax cuts. Oh no! Oh no! Don't forget, the tax policy that they're going to be replacing is the one that Trump signed into law in 2017. That's right, all the taxes y'all are bitching about right now, you have him to thank. You have him to thank. Quote, nobody wants to acknowledge at all the sheer enormity of the challenge. That's from a Republican strategist. There's a reckoning coming. Seems like they can't figure out how much they can actually cut from the taxes because the cost of preserving just the status quo, which again, they put in place, is steep. They're burning money. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office has estimated that continuing the current tax law, that's the stuff that you still want to make cuts to, would cost roughly $4 trillion over a decade. If they make the changes that Trump sloganed his way across the country, that could add trillions more to the debt. And now Republicans are talking about showing fiscal discipline. Oh, no. So what's on the chopping block, you might ask? Well, Mr. Paulson, a potential Treasury nominee, is saying that a bunch of his proposed tax cuts, including not taxing tips or overtime and restoring a deduction for state and local taxes, are going to have to become narrower so they benefit fewer people. Yeah. Now, to be fair, Trump's team have suggested a few ways of making up for the added costs of these cuts, including rescinding tax credits for clean energy stuff. But Republicans are already upset about this, pressing Mike Johnson to not repeal them because it's actually going to screw their districts. Yeah, Republican districts benefit from these subsidies too. The other solution, as we know, is imposing steep tariffs, which also a lot of Republicans are not fans of because it's going to add to inflation like crazy, which is exactly what we've been saying this entire fucking time. Quote, we need to be very careful not to pursue inflationary policies. Oh no. Regardless, even if he does impose those tariffs, which will add to your costs, enjoy it, they would not be enough to cover the cost of his other plans. Wow. It's almost like we saw this coming and warned you repeatedly. So what's this all adding up to? You know, the tax cuts you were promised not quite coming through. Your subsidies, which not only keep energy-related costs low, but also in many cases guarantee your jobs going away. All of this is adding up to a debt that is unsustainable. Yep. Good job. Congratulations. That is what you sold women and minorities out for. Hope it's worth it. Oh no.
Also, Mega Mike, it is being said that MAGA Mike just may be getting fired by who? Donald J. Trump. Elon doesn't too much care for Mega Mike. That's what's being said on these YouTube streets, and the news is stating that. So Mega Mike, what are you going to do? You better figure out a way that you and Vance can get rid of Elon, because he just going to sweep all of y'all out the way because he's greedy. The white man always been greedy. The rich always been greedy. The millionaires, the billionaires of Donald Trump friends have always been greedy. That's how they have gotten to where they are today. Greed. It doesn't surprise me. It just doesn't. One moment, please. Hit that like button, please. Black people cannot be racist. That is not true. We can be prejudiced, but black people cannot be racist. Hold on just a moment, you guys. I'm looking for a specific video to show y'all to take us up out of here. But I may not find that, so I will show something else. What do I have in my arsenal? What do I have? What do I have to take us up out of here? I have so many videos saved, y'all. Oh, so many.
We have some big news right now. Grenada and Turks and Caicos have called out Donald Trump for trying to send undocumented migrants to their countries. Both Grenada and Turks and Caicos have rejected any plans sent by the Trump transition team to send undocumented migrants who have no connection to these two countries to Grenada and the Turks and Caicos. Now, the Bahamas rejected a similar plan earlier this week, but now the other two island nations, the Turks and Caicos and Grenada, have followed suit. Now, here's the problem for Donald Trump and his team. They don't know what to do with this mass deportation plan. Countries around the world are literally rejecting his advances right now as we speak. And the United States simply doesn't have the infrastructure to go through with a mass deportation plan the way that Donald Trump wants it to happen. So with Grenada and the Turks and Caicos rejecting Donald Trump, they're going to have to look elsewhere, and I would expect more and more countries to continue rejecting the Trump transition team's plan. He's actively finding out. He thought he had a mandate, but this clearly isn't one. In any event, comment below your thoughts, spread the word, and as always, follow along to stay updated on all the news you need to know about.
We already had discussed about he was trying to get Bahamas to take the migrants. Bahamas said no. Trump, nobody else want them. They already here. Let them stay here. They're not harming anybody. Crimes are being done by the American people. And when I turn on my news, or either I'm watching the news online, the crimes are being committed by white males. Yes, white males are committing the crimes. Look, go see. Oh, I just ran some white MAGA men up out here. When I tell the truth, they get the flying up out here. But thank you, Jesus. Thank you, because my views are already up. But, yeah. They want to run everybody out of this country. But those are not the ones committing the crimes. The people committing the crimes. Like the insurance CEO. He was white. And the assassin was a young white guy. White. Wasn't black, wasn't Mexican, wasn't Venezuelan, wasn't Haitian, none of it. I want to thank each and every last one of you beautiful kings and queens in my chat for coming to my live. Hit that like button before you leave out, and may you all have a beautiful evening. Wherever you are, morning, afternoon, have a beautiful evening, okay? Buenas noches.